Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and welcome to another episode of Friday Fight Night. We are here with what is the second to last of the penultimate fight night before the final countdown pay-per-view, and we are kicking things off with a Cruiserweight Championship #1 contenders match, and the first man down to the ring, one of the highest flying cruiserweights we ever have seen in WIW, the Flying Ninja, Harry Austin. Obviously the Death Ninjas missing out on their chance to become Fight Night Tag Team Champions, and the chances of them getting it again before Insomnia or at Insomnia are looking very, very slim. So this could be Harry's ticket to Insomnia should he win tonight and then go and take the title at Final Countdown. A huge win this would be here for the brother of the chairman. And of course Harry hasn't had the best relationship with his chairman, but he's got no Death Lordicus out here tonight. He has to do this all on his own, but he's coming up against someone who's on a unbeaten run, say the least, as the ultimate PJ McNair. He has been in true form, and the champion has made it clear that he knows this. The champion has made it clear that he knows that PJ McNair is a threat. He knows he's going to be a challenger, and he clearly has picked him to win here tonight, this #1 contendership match. But PJ has answered back. He said he's coming for him. He says he's coming to become the Cruiserweight Champion. And then the final pay-per-view before Insomnia. What a time it would be to become champion for this man, the ultimate PJ McNair. Once again, walking his eerie way down to the ring. He has been one hell of a force to be reckoned with here in WIW. Not many men have even been able to stand in the ring with this man, let alone trade and get the victory. The ultimate version is complete, and he is currently undefeated, heading towards Final Countdown. But tonight, a chance at gold is up for grabs if he can get past the Flying Ninja. Two men who wear masks on the way down to the ring, but when they step into the ring, we will see their true forms and who is up for the task tonight. Here we go, the bell rings, away we go. McNair, who has been in ultimate form, if you pardon the pun. Harry Austin, the Flying Ninja, one half of the Death Ninjas, getting his first taste of singles action here tonight, pretty much since episode 1, all the way back then, when he was competing in the Beat the Clock Challenge for the WIW Championship. Of course, wasn't very successful. Lost to Darmus on his very first night here in WIW, which was Darmus's first night, that was. First night Harry debuted as the Flying Ninja, though. And for Harry, you feel he needs this. As I mentioned before, the threat of Insomnia for the tag team titles is not very high for the Death Ninja's sake, especially when they've just been knocked off. However, they did pick up a huge victory against the tag champs last week, nonetheless. So it's not like it's out of the cards, it's not out of the question. However, it's going to be very hard to convince the general manager that they deserve another chance, especially now that the Chaos Twins, as we know, will be taking on the Wolfpac for the Tag Team Championships at Final Countdown. So for Harry, this could be his final chance at getting some gold before Insomnia, or maybe at Insomnia, should he walk out the winner of this matchup. And then again, if he walks out the winner at the final, well, if he walks out the winner at Final Countdown, and if he walks out the winner here tonight. As for the Ultimate One, as the name implies, he has been in ultimate form, and right now just punishing him with some elbows here. And now look at this, into a submission hold, very close to the ropes. Harry just gets a fingertip to it, and the referee tells him to break that hold. For the Ultimate One, he has been in ultimate form. He really has been causing problems, and now causing some problems for Harry here, as he's ready to put this one away already. Look at the drop kick. Oh, but look at this. Harry just shakes it off. Too early in this one to start thinking about maybe wrapping it up. Speaking of wrapping them up, sunset flip there by Harry Austin. The ultimate PJ McNair, since becoming the ultimate PJ McNair, has lost one match, and that was a Royal Rumble match. And of course, no shame in that, especially when you came in at number 7. Yes, he didn't put on the most impressive of showings, I'll admit. But now Harry, trying to put on a show of his own. Look at this. From the top rope, very nicely done. And look at this, McNair straight back to his feet, but met with a crossbody, and Harry's still flying at him. Look at this beautiful offense by Harry Austin, of all people. And not many people would know of Harry Austin's poor singles start all the way back in WYW. Of course, it was a long time ago. But, of course, Harry had such a bad form that he was actually fired by his brother. Counter 2 there off the Northern Lights. He was actually fired for his brother for such a bad start. Oh, and look at that, trying to spin him around there. But Harry did not let him. And now look at this. The ultimate PJ McNair continuing to mount his offense forward. And now look at this, great catch. Oh, what a slam by McNair. And straight into the cover. Is that enough to get the job done? Oh, it nearly was 2.5. And Harry had to exhaust all energy to get out of that one. What a move by McNair. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This new ultimate PJ McNair bringing out some new offense. Every single time he steps out into the ring, he never fails to disappoint. He said this was his ultimate form, his final form, his best form ever. And that's exactly what it's been. McNair has tried many different things, many different styles, and many different attributes over the years. But this has been by far his most successful one yet. And he's only just got going. Harry, though, with a standing moonsault. Harry trying to pull off the upset of the century here by knocking off the ultimate PJ McNair. Harry has him lined up for a 619. Got him! 619! And splashing into the canvas. 619! No way! Harry Austin, has he done it? Has he beaten the Ultimate Man streak? 2 count. And look at the face of Harry Austin, it says it all. He thought he just ended the unbeaten streak of the Ultimate PJ McNair, and not many people would have bet the Flying Ninja would be the man to end it, but that's exactly what Harry's here to do tonight. A massive drop kick from the middle rope. And the Demon is struggling big time here. Right to start this matchup. Got going very quickly with the shotgun drop kick, but following that, it's been all Harry Austin. And now McNair needs to find some offense soon. Back to the corner. And Harry in trouble again as the drop kick's coming inbound. Crashes his head into the back turnbuckle and then gets knocked out with that middle turnbuckle as his head crashes in. Well, McNair now gets him up on the shoulders. Look at this, looking for an Eric Siren. Oh, face first. And now to the top for the double foot stomp. One was enough last time out. Is it going to be enough here tonight to get himself a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity? The double foot stomp. Still yet to be named. I'm sure we'll get a name for it soon from McNair. But McNair is going to Final Countdown. Well, the Flying Ninja with an incredible performance. But in the end, the 619, it just wasn't enough. And the ultimate PJ McNair is going to face Jake Griffiths at Final Countdown. The Cruiserweight Champion right now must be worried, because once again the ultimate PJ McNair extends his winning run, and he does it again with this deadly double foot stomp from the top rope. What a performance it was from this man, the ultimate PJ McNair. Oh dear, and look who's come to say hello. It is once again Jake Griffiths. Exactly as he did last week. Surely the Ultimate One should have seen this coming. And the referee begging for someone to come in and separate this. Harry's going back to the locker room. Why is he not going to get himself involved in this? And now look at this. The Ultimate PJ McNair being dealt with by the Cruiserweight Champion. And it just comes to show Jake Griffiths, it doesn't matter how many times over he has to beat you down to stop you from getting in his way, he'll do it. And he now knows that PJ McNair will face him for the Cruiserweight Championship. He is what separates him from Insomnia. Oh, look at that. We're setting up for the bunny hop. But PJ McNair says no. But Jake Griffiths still mounting the offense forward. Still coming at him. But look at this, McNair still fighting back. And now look at this. Looking for that underhook face buster. Got him. And right when we thought that McNair had no answer, surely he saw this coming. He takes him out, and now what's he thinking as well? Getting him up. Oh no. Jake Griffiths finds a way out. He finds a counter. And these two trading shots in the ring. But Jake Griffiths sends his message. And right in his face taunts as McNair runs out of steam after 2 grueling matches. A huge win again for the ultimate PJ McNair. But once again, Jake Griffiths says, you are not getting your hands on my title. Well, the question is now at Final Countdown, who will become the Cruiserweight Champion? Will Jake Griffiths, the Burrow, continue these fantastic year in WIW, with the Cruiserweight Championship around his belt at Insomnia? Or will the Demon finally get his... will the former Demon and the new Ultimate One finally get his hands on some gold here in WIW? I guess we'll have to find out soon. It's time to move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight is some in-ring action and some more preparation for the Royal Rumble winner, the Ace, Peter Bolton. As we saw last week, he challenged King Sam here on Friday Fight Night to a match at Final Countdown because he wants to prove a point. He wants to prove that he can main event the Insomnia... Oh, God, excuse me. Oh, Jesus. He can main event the Insomnia pay-per-view. He wants to prove that. He wants to prove that he was worthy of being the first ever Royal Rumble winner. It was alright winning it, and a lot of people doubt him for winning it, even though he came in at number 28, and that's why people believe that, you know, he had the best odds in that match. But he wants to prove that he can be a main eventer, and that's why he's taking no threats and trying to take on the World Heavyweight Champion, the #1 contender, and now King Sam as well at Final Countdown. But he needs some momentum. As I mentioned, he did face the World Heavyweight Champion, but he's already lost to the World Heavyweight Champion, and he can't afford any more losses on his record right now. He needs a win coming in to the pay-per-view, and that's exactly why he's taking on a new challenger here tonight, trying to steer clear of the Wolfpac or Max Danger. Remembering, of course, Alex Wilson and Max Danger will go one-on-one for the final time at Final Countdown's main event, and the winner will go on to face Peter Bolton at the main event of the first ever Insomnia to wrap up what's been an amazing season #1. Now we'll leave a poll on Twitter, by the way. I'll leave a poll on Twitter, but I'll also leave one in the video. Would you guys like to see at Insomnia, to open the show in the pre-show, a Memorial Battle Royal / Royal Rumble to do it? I know who I'd be paying tribute to, so there's that, if that helps. But, of course, I know that the Memorial Battle Royals and the Royal Rumbles are the worst parts of WrestleMania, so whether you guys would like to see that again or not, that is completely up to you. That is your decision. So obviously we don't want to be too much like other companies, but I promise you that if we vote this in, this will be worth it. There will be an actual prize rather than a shitty statue that nobody wants. I promise you that. Anyway, here we go. Kicking things off tonight, Liam Connors back in the ring, which we haven't seen in a... Oh! Well, look at this! Well, King Sam, even on a busy night like tonight, has come down to the ring. King Sam is a very busy man. He's got a lot to do tonight, including a contract signing, quote-unquote, with the general manager, who he'll be facing at Insomnia, but he's clearly making it clear. He says he had a lot of respect for McNair, and he's proving it here tonight. He's saying, you know, I'm not forgetting about you. It looks like he's come to scout his competition. Well, here we go. The referee's about to get this one on the way, and here we go. And the Ace in desperate need of a huge victory here tonight. Liam Connors, though, no slouch. If I'm not mistaken, both of these men were involved in the Elimination Chamber match at Lockdown. I might be mistaken on Liam Connors, but I know that Peter Bolton was. For Peter Bolton at Insomnia, it will be his third opportunity at the WIW Heavyweight Championship. And of the Royal Rumble winner, he earned that third opportunity, but you got to imagine it might be the last opportunity if the Ace can't get his hands on the title. And of course, he'll be facing one of either Max Danger or Alex Wilson, depending. Remember, neither of the two will have a rematch clause following Final Countdown. The winner will face Peter Bolton one-on-one at Insomnia. That is the be-all and end-all. The only one guaranteed for Insomnia so far in the main event, and that is Peter Bolton. Of course, we do now have another confirmed match, or at least we will by the end of tonight. King Sam will face Blake Austin, the general manager and chairman, in match Insomnia. And these two will come to terms later on tonight with that. And there might be a couple of negotiations for the next couple of weeks, because I can't imagine these two agreeing on everything straight away on the first night here in WIW. And of course, as part of the agreement, King Sam has come back to the gold and white brand full-time now. He is no longer a member of the Monday Night roster, despite winning the WIW Championship at Purgatory. Of course, relinquishing it moments after winning that title. after the general manager said, you relinquish it, I'll give you your match. And that's exactly what we've done. And now King Sam and the general manager, Blake Austin, will square off one-on-one. The ace, though, right now in forward control here, and that's exactly what he needed to be. Oh! And I figured that there might be some foul play, but I didn't think King Sam would get himself involved here. The ace confronting the ace in the middle of a match that he's in complete control of, but no, it might slip away. You can't afford to give that kind of room to Liam Connors because he will make you pay for it. And he's got King Sam to thank for him. And King Sam has seen enough. Out of the ring he goes. Well, the ace thought maybe this was just going to be a friendly match. You should know full well it's never just going to be a friendly match with King Sam. A match that he desperately needs to win to prove he can be a main eventer. And the ace might have just let this match slide by letting King Sam get under his skin. And that's exactly what King Sam does. He's doing the same thing to Blake Austin right now. He gets under your skin. He makes you make mistakes by intimidating, well, not intimidating you, but mocking you almost. And that's exactly what he's done to Blake to force him into the ring. And that's exactly what he's done to the ace here tonight. And now look at this beautiful frog splash by Connors. And I think if Connors lost a few pounds, we'd be seeing him in the cruiserweight division. That wouldn't be too bad at all. Liam Connors, it's been an up and down season number 1. He hasn't been able to capture any title success, but he's always been in and around the title picture, of course. As I mentioned, was at Lockdown. But for Liam Connors, just hasn't found any stability, excuse me. And he's still searching for it. And maybe season number 2, he'll have better luck. But for Liam Connors, it hasn't been the best of season number 1s, but now has a chance to put away the Royal Rumble winner right now. Look at this. Big shoulder tackle, crushing him in out the corner. Beautiful move there. Pounces beautifully there, Liam Connors. And now flipping over the ace, Peter Bolton trying to score the upset on the ace, trying to get the win. And it's a 2 count. And Liam Connors, what wins would do for him in this later stage, looking for the leaf blower gutbuster. Can he connect? The ace in serious trouble. If the gutbuster connects right here, big gutbuster. And King Sam, it looks like, might have just cost the ace the match here. No, he kicks. The ace, Peter Bolton, finds a way to get the shoulder up. Well, Peter Bolton in desperate need of a win, and that's exactly what he's out here to do tonight. Can he keep fighting, though, in this match? Will he keep fighting? Because Connors is on a roll all of a sudden. King Sam has given in the opening to get himself into this match, and he's taking full advantage of it, and now the ace needs to do whatever he can to get back in it. Went for the spine buster, couldn't connect. And this is worrying signs as Connors continues to advance forward. Looking for a powerbomb. Very nicely done. Oh, and jumps through there into a clothesline. That's the beautiful thing with Connors. He has some unique offense that not many other people have in this company. But unfortunately for him, just hasn't been able to turn that into many wins. Struggling to get the job done here tonight against the ace, Peter Bolton. The ace hasn't had a win since the Royal Rumble. He's in desperate need of one. And tonight, Connors might be, once again, keeping him on this losing run, heading towards final countdown. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be troubled times for the ace if he can't get a win before final countdown, as he goes to face King Sam, who of course has come back in just as good shape as he did before. Of course, winning at Purgatory the WIW Championship in his first attempt at silverware. And of course, he has shown no signs of slowing down, undefeated since returning back to the ring. And right now, someone else who's not showing signs of slowing down is Liam Connors, who's looked bloody impressive. Yes, he's had a helping hand, but this has been all him. He's managed to maintain the offense, and Peter Bolton just hasn't had the chance to get going again. Still, he fights out, though. And the ace continues to kick out, but now he's not going to kick out of a second gutbuster. He needs to find a way to counter this. In trouble again. Gutbuster by Liam Connors. And thanks to King Sam, Liam Connors has knocked off the Royal Rumble winner. And the poor form of the ace continues. He needed this win here tonight. to prove, or to at least give him momentum heading towards King Sam, to prove that he can hang with the big boys. And the questions are going to be asked now. If he can't beat Liam Connors, if he couldn't beat Max Danger, is he really ready to be a world heavyweight champion? Is he really ready for King Sam at Final Countdown? Well, King Sam gave out Connors the helping hand here tonight to see if he could, but for Connors, that's a huge win. That's a momentum win right there. Desperately needed for Liam Connors, but for Peter Bolton, he needed the result to go the other way, and King Sam costs him huge here tonight. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, from one man on a losing streak to another. But this man, of course, is not someone we associate with losing streaks. That is for sure. The horns of war sound again for the Scotsman, the TV champion, Big Willie, who continues his 200-day-plus title reign as the television champion combined. Of course, only not as champion for 27 to 28 days after losing the championship at Danger Zone to JW Cashman in a triple threat. And he wasn't pinned, but then as soon as those two had to fight again, guess who came out on top? It's none other than Big Willie. But for JW Cashman, who is, I'm sure, lurking in the wings, waiting, resting, making sure that this time that he can last longer than 30 seconds with the giant that is Big Willie, he steps into the ring. But Big Willie again here tonight, looking to restore some form, because Big Willie has been in terrible form, and yes, Cashman is partially responsible for that. He's been getting in his head for the last couple of weeks and making sure that his life is difficult for the big man. But you can't use that as an excuse. He's been letting him do the fights. It's been afterwards where the ambushes have started. So you can't blame Cashman for these losses. He's on a losing streak, and someone here tonight wants to take advantage. And it's a man who's been trying to topple this man ever since he became the television championship all the way back at High Voltage. It is Wilson Woodward, a man who's had, quite frankly, not the season one that he would have wanted. He started off the year so promising, becoming one of the first ever entries into the Money in the Bank ladder match, but unfortunately for him, couldn't make it into the Rumble match. He hasn't been able to show much success since. And for Wilson Woodward, he'll be hoping for a much better season 2, but he has made a name for himself. Because again, like Peter Bolton, he hasn't backed down from the challenge, and he has taken on people that not many people would think he would have. Of course, King Sam, one of the most noticeable people that he squared off with, and he earned King Sam's respect to the point where King Sam made a public statement to say how much he appreciates and respects the work of Wilson Woodward. And Wilson Woodward wants to continue Big Willie's losing streak again here tonight. Big Willie on a run of 2, maybe 3 losses in a row now, and it's getting drastic here. And I'm starting to worry about it because, yes, we know he isn't the best in non-title action for whatever reason, and that when he gets into a title match, there isn't really much that slows him down and or stops him. But for Big Willie, it's really weird to see him on a losing run because he's never really been on a losing run. He's lost one match here and there, and most notably to Soulman Akira, who again beat him last week. You got to imagine Akira is going to be up there as a challenger for that television championship come Insomnia, if he can defend against JW Cashman, that is. But this is a huge losing streak, and yes, Cashman bears some responsibility for it. You can't put all the blame on him, and so that's exactly why Big Willie's out here again tonight, and Cashman's not. What a toss, by the way, by Wilson Woodward. And Woodward has shown signs of life, most recently taking on the ultimate PJ McNair. That was his last pay-per-view contest, but he's been in some pay-per-view contests before, most notably his war with Liam Connors, way back when Liam Connors was first coming in. He has been a part of some big matches, Wilson Woodward, and he's been up there. He's kept himself relevant, and that's not something a lot of people who have been struggling have done, because the people who have come in and they're struggling, they're losing matches, they don't make names for themselves, they don't come out, they don't challenge the big guys, and that's exactly what Wilson Woodward has done. He has done everything in his power to keep himself relevant, and now, right now, that's leading to him staying in control of the television champion right now. Big Willie, the greatest champion in all of WIW's history, and he still continues. His second title reign now, and he is long over 200 days into his combined title history. This man has been truly dominant. To think after we pass Resurrection at high voltage at the beginning of season number 2, Big Willie will have been champion for combined 11 months out of 12. And now look at Wilson Woodward. Was teasing the jump there and instead just charges in for the neck breaker. Very smart there, not making himself predictable, is Wilson Woodward. And this is worrying times here for Big Willie. He's been in bad form and right now has hardly even got any offense in. Wilson Woodward with an answer to absolutely everything here tonight. This losing streak Big Willie's got to snap himself out of. If he comes into that pay-per-view at Final Countdown with no momentum against JW Cashman, he's going to struggle. And that's going to be problematic. Because Cashman, yes, he managed to beat him pretty easily in 30 seconds, but as he's found out in the past, he's not always the easiest man to beat. He has the knockout power to keep Big Willie down for a count of 10. And he has done that before. But he just couldn't do it in that TV title matchup. And of course that's because Big Willie came out of nowhere, as he always does, and just instantly destroyed him, as he tends to do to absolutely everyone. There's no shame in that defeat, realistically, because it happens too frequently here in WIW. But now, Wilson Woodward's in trouble. After what's been an amazing start, he can't let it end like this. Running Nino! Well sidestepped by Wilson Woodward. Big miss there by Big Willie, who's trying to get himself back in here. And the Scotsman, the television champion, struggling again here tonight. And he can't afford to continue this losing streak, and so he continues to beat down here on the legs of Wilson Woodward. Not the worst strategy in the world. And for Wilson Woodward, who's had a crack at the television championship on numerous occasions, I believe he's had 2 separate attempts at the television championship, been unsuccessful on both, and Big Willie has countered him both times. And Wilson Woodward, I'm sure, would be a prime candidate here should he go on to win. And now look at this, up on the shoulders, big bomb off the tops of his shoulders. Big Willie in serious trouble right now. Big Willie's on the losing run again. 3 defeats in a row. Wilson Woodward has just knocked off Big Willie. Look at Big Willie as he gets back to his feet. He can't believe it. Oh dear. Cashman's here though. And Big Willie needs to get up and prepare himself because Cashman's out here. Big Willie needs to get back to feet. Oh, look at this. Oh, and a takeout from Cashman. Well, Big Willie's losing streak continues. And JW Cashman's ambushes continue. Week in, week out. Big Willie is getting beaten down to a pulp. And there is nothing that he can do about it right now. He's in the worst form of his career. He just needs to hope he can snap it out before Final Countdown. But the question is, will Cashman manage to get the title back and become a 2-time television champion heading into Insomnia, God forbid? Or will Big Willie find his form once again and be able to topple the man with the knockout punch? Let's move on down the rest. Next up tonight, some tag team action. It feels like it's been a while since we've seen some tag team action here in WIW. It hasn't actually been that long, but it's starting to it felt that way at least. But here we go tonight with some tag team action. And of course, as we know, the Fight Night Tag Team Championships will be put on the line against the Chaos Twins. And so the Wolfpac continue to get themselves some more preparation. And Steve's still wearing his new Steve shirt, as he's told me to pronounce it to everybody. And I'm sure that's exactly what he'd be doing if he's coming out by himself. But anyway, the tag team champions, David and Steve, 2-time tag team champions now. Of course, David winning this second stint with Alex Wilson, but the Freebird rule came into application, and here we are. But now, King Sam, as he prepares for later on tonight, and the Wolfpac have got preparation of their own. David's still a little under the weather, I guess, still wearing the bandages, despite the fact that he doesn't have to. And I guess just erring on the side of precaution. He knows the threat of the Chaos Twins and doesn't want to take any chances at all. Well, David and Steve ready to go. Steve not wearing any of his bandages, clearly feeling confident. Steve's looked pretty impressive over the last couple of weeks, it has to be said. Well, tonight, they've got an equally as tough challenge. The team they could have been facing at Final Countdown. if they had beaten the Chaos Twins. It is KO Oxley and Carter James, who have had their fair share of beef with the Chaos Twins in the past, but they're ready to have a shot at the Wolfpac here tonight. These two have been an amazing tag team since debuting together. They're now concluding Season 1 as the winning co-captains of the Mind Games pay-per-view, which was a huge honor for them. That then put them in one of the best tag team matches that we've ever had. The Four Corners tag team matchup for the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't turn it into title success, and I'm sure they'll still be on the hunt for it at the end of Season 1. Maybe if they can find a way to Insomnia for it, or maybe in the beginning of Season number 2. I'm sure they'd be strong contenders to take the Wolfpac on. But they need a win here tonight. The Wolfpac especially, after losing to the Chaos Twins, not to the Chaos Twins, to the Death Ninjas last week, before the Chaos Twins came out to greet them. But David and Steve, they've made it clear they don't really care for the wins or losses on the show. They fight every night to put on the best show that they can, and that's exactly the Wolfpac way. But one thing that the Wolfpac don't care is non-title losses. If they lost, cool. If they win, that's a bonus. That's just how they see it, and that's how the Wolfpac stay in control. They just stay relaxed, composed. They don't panic under the pressure, because to them, there is no pressure. They either pull off a great show and they walk out the victors as they usually do, or they take the loss and just work on getting better before the pay-per-view, and that's exactly the way they're going to do it. And that's the way they've always done it, and that's how they've been able to stay in such control. And David, the powerhouse of the team, showing that there's clearly no injuries still lingering, but keeping the bandages on the side of precaution. And KO Oxley and Carter James have been doing very, very well as a tag team. They just haven't quite found the edge that they need to get themselves back in the title picture. But they're looking for something big here. Look at this. Beautiful bridge into the cover there. And Carter James calling for the tag, but KO Oxley sensing he's in control here. And now looking to fly up. KO Oxley. Beautiful drop kick. Dave needs to tag out here. He's crawling. And it looks like Carter James is being tagged in as well, but Steve is in. Steve comes in here. Beautiful spear to start it off. And Steve has been in great form since returning to the ring. And he's not slowing down here tonight. Taking him down, a huge shoulder tackle. And that's exactly what he wants here. Now look at this. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful work there from Stephen Thomas. The question is, though, will the Wolfpac be able to beat him here tonight? Or will KO Oxley and Carter James find a way to continue the get themselves an upset win here tonight over the Wolfpac? We'll find out after this quick commercial break. Dormus, the new fragrance by Dormus. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to World Internet Wrestling. My name is Darren Jacobs, and as you can see here, chaos has broken out as Carter James and KO Oxley continue their ambush here on the Wolfpac. And the Wolfpac are struggling out the gate here, as they did last week against the Death Ninjas, and we saw how that turned out. They can't afford to let that be the case here again. Steve the legal man, but as you see, David just getting taken out there by Carter James as frustrations are building here for Oxley and James. Oh, look at the tag in. David just manages to stop the leg, and Steve manages to push off him. Steve trying to hype up the crowd now, trying to keep them behind the Wolfpac. They may not have started as people pleasers, but they definitely have grown to become that. Beautiful sling blade there by Steven. Trying to get some momentum in this matchup. Oxley and James have been in complete control, and now Steve might be able to turn the tide with a super kick to the jaw. Beautiful kick by Stephen Thomas, and now into the cover. Is that going to be enough to put down Oxley and James? Yes, it is! Nice and simple job here tonight from Steve and David. And it was just the one super kick that did the job and did a very effective clean kick. And Steve gets the job here tonight for the Wolfpac. Maybe we shouldn't have cut to commercial during this one. I thought this one would be longer. But Steve and Dave get a much needed victory heading towards the pay-per-view, and they hold their titles high tonight. And it was this time last week where the Chaos Twins stood at the top of that ramp and mocked them for their defeat. And it looks like they're going to do the same here again tonight. Once again, deciding not to get violent, just deciding to send a threat, to send a warning to the tag team champions. But once again, they say these titles are not going anywhere. Well, the Chaos Twins taking an unusual passive approach over the last couple of weeks, deciding not to target the champions or go at them directly, because they know, I guess, how that's going to turn out. Big win here tonight for the Wolfpac to give themselves the momentum going into the pay-per-view. But will the Chaos Twins find a way to become the two-time tag team champions at Final Countdown? They clearly have the right mentality going into it. Or will the Wolfpac be able to regroup, recover, and manage to keep the titles around their waist at Final Countdown and become champions heading into Insomnia? Let's move on down the rest of the card.
and sit down.
Thank you for staying true to your word and not showing up on Mayhem. I was actually starting to think that you were deaf because I didn't think you've listened to a single thing I have ever said. Anyway, as agreed at Purgatory, me and you will have a match at Insomnia. Now, I'm assuming that you have some ideas for this match, as you always do, and since I'm just repeating everything that we already know, take it away. You really do have nothing useful to say, ever, do you? Right, so here's what's going to go down. I'm going to kick your ass at Insomnia as agreed, but I don't want to be held back by rules or referees. So this match better be no holds barred. And I want the entire Wolfpac at my side out there. And there better be at least £1,000 worth of pyrotechnics in both my entrance and during the match. Because why the hell not? This is my Insomnia match and I'm going to make it memorable. I also want a live band to... Idiot! You absolute child. You said you wanted a match with me, not fucking party. You gotta try and make everything about you, don't you? You have to be the center of attention. But that isn't going to be like that. You and I will face in a regular one-on-one match, and that is it. No special effects, no bands playing you down to the ring, and definitely no Wolfpac at ringside. You want a match with me? Fine. But we do this on my terms. Blake, man, come on, you're killing me here. You're telling me a match which has been over a year in the making is gonna be by the book? That's not how this is going down. This match, at the very least, better be a no holds barred. No countouts, no DQ, nowhere to hide. If you are too scared to face me like a man with no protection, then this match isn't even worth it. Because I don't want to win a match. I want to destroy my enemy so badly that he doesn't even know his own name. This isn't a match, Blake. This is a war. Do you really think that I was going to sign up for that? Forget it. I agreed to do this match to humiliate you at Insomnia and to stop you from being a world champion. But it sounds like you're more interested in killing me rather than to wrestle me. If you think I'm stupid enough to sign up for that, then you have truly lost it, Sam. I thought you'd be smart about this, but I guess not. So, Sam, you're not going to Insomnia at all now, you ungrateful prick. I'm out.
Shut up and sit down.
main event of the evening now. And of course, this is coming after the general manager announced it earlier on tonight after Blake Austin and King Sam tried to talk out contract negotiations for their matchup, which the general manager just stormed out and said this match isn't happening. Said this match will not happen, and these two will not face off at Insomnia, and I'm sure that King Sam will not be too happy about that. He gave up the rights to the World Championship. He relinquished the WIW Championship and gave up the rights to the World Heavyweight Championship to have this match, and just for the GM to cool it off just like that. But I'm sure that's not going to be the last that we hear of it from King Sam, but he was put into this match by the general manager. Tonight's main event, a submission match against the former World Heavyweight Champion, Max Danger. These two collide one-on-one in the ring for the first time since Hellfire, where Max Danger cashed in the Money in the Bank contract to take the World Heavyweight Championship away from King Sam. And what was supposed to be a night to remember for King Sam, it was a title unification match for King Sam. If he'd have walked out the winner, he would have been a combined champion of both Mayhem and Fight Night, and would have been able to turn it into one title to be shared on both brands. Instead, it didn't go that way, went the complete opposite way. In what was one night where he only had to put one title on the line, he ended up losing two. A huge, huge loss at Hellfire, and I'm sure it's one that he'll hope to forget. But it's sure not going to be one that this man will ever forget. The moment when Max Danger became a breakout star in the WIW. The former World Heavyweight Champion has one last chance to get to Insomnia. Blake Austin's prodigy child, the man that he single-handedly picked to help take down the Wolfpac's regime, is here tonight. He hasn't done a great job though, because once again, the Wolfpac is still tag champs, and the World Heavyweight Champion is now Alex Wilson. So Max Danger hasn't exactly done the best, but Max Danger knows the task at hand here tonight. He's won many matches via submission with that Max Lock last week, picking up the win to Peter Bolton on the Max Lock. And so he's in good form coming into this, and he knows at Final Countdown he will main event the Final Countdown pay-per-view, as he is scheduled to compete here tonight. Bell rings, away we go, and now look at this snap suplex. As I say, Max Danger will face Alex Wilson at Final Countdown, and these two square off with each other tonight. King Sam, of course, will also have his own match at Final Countdown. He'll be taking on Peter Bolton here one-on-one. Oh, look at that. Very nice slam there by King Sam. The one good thing about King Sam, they have had a very impressive repertoire. He has a very impressive repertoire of moves. You never know what move he's going to pull out next. He's very unpredictable, and that's what makes him such a big adversary to face off against. Big suplex again by Max Danger. Max Danger was very heavily dependent on the super kicks for the last couple of fights. But tonight, that's not going to get the job done. He's going to need to depend on the Max Lock to carry him through, just as much as King Sam knows he can depend on the cross-face chicken wing to wrap this one up just as much. Remember, this is submission match. The only way to win is through submission. Pinfalls will not be... Oh! Wait a minute! Well, I guess someone isn't interested in a submission match at all. Someone's had enough. Well, after King Sam costing him his match earlier on tonight, looks like King Sam now getting a taste of his own medicine. Inverted Frankensteiner. Or Peter Bolton causing a distraction there for King Sam. And now King Sam's in trouble. And it doesn't look like Peter Bolton is leaving the arena. It looks like he's come to stand at ringside and watch. Well, these two will collide again, remember, at Final Countdown. And a much-needed win earlier on tonight was taken away by King Sam after Peter Bolton lost to Liam Connors from his distraction. And now the submission hold applied here by Max Danger. Not going to go for it. He's landed for Eagle Eye, but he didn't go for the Max Lock. And now King Sam kicking out with a big stiff knee to the back of the head. Well, now he can't afford to let Peter Bolton cause the distraction and have him lose as well. Can't have a double loser here tonight via distraction. And now, oh, look at that. Knee to the jaw from King Sam. And now look at this. Beautiful work here. And now King Sam trying to work his way back into this. Two-time WIW champion. one-time World Heavyweight Champion, who, if I'm not mistaken, is the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion. Another big knee to the jaw. Yep, longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion. He's also the leader of the most successful tag team of all time in WIW, of the Wolfpac, who are the 2-time Fight Night Tag Team Champions. There's not much that this man hasn't done here. He was number 30 in the Royal Rumble, and that was his return at sudden death. But he was eliminated by Blake Austin, who wasn't even in the match. And now Blake Austin once again is calling off the match, saying that he's not interested in colliding with him, and since these two couldn't agree on terms. Well, King Sam just colliding with Blake Austin too much, and they can't make things happen. They can't get progress done if these two just continue to bicker and they can't agree on anything. Max Danger now playing to the crowd, sensing this match is his for the taking. And King Sam holding his knee there, still feeling some lingering effects maybe from the last time that these two faced off. Remember, Max Danger cashed in on this man and put him out of commission. And now look at this, into the submission again. Oh wait, no. Deciding against it. Deciding against it now. And now King Sam mounting the offense forward again. Gets in behind. Hooks the arms beautifully for the suplex. King Sam now looking for a submission of his own. Look at this. Oh wait, no. Maybe not. Oh yep, a submission. Wrenching away on the arms, and that's an uncomfortable one. He won't even be able to tap out with his arm if he gets it, but no. Will escape there. Two men trying just various submissions to get the job done here tonight, but they both know they have one in the bag. And there's Sam's crossface chicken wing on Max Danger. And he's in trouble here right in the middle of the ring. And no surprise, as everybody taps out. King Sam gets a win again over the World Heavyweight Champion, or the former World Heavyweight Champion, should I say. And this time, this one would be even nicer for him, because it's right in front of the Ace's face. And King Sam sending him a message, even though the distraction came in, saying that you're no match for me and that I will beat you at Final Countdown. But King Sam with a lot on his mind tonight, had to worry about the contract signing, has to worry about Peter Bolton, and yet still came out on the win tonight. Well, he may not have been able to close the deal with Blake Austin and get him to agree on terms for a match, but he just tonight pulls off a win here against Max Danger with the crossface chicken wing. But the question is now, what happens at Insomnia? Will King Sam be able to talk Blake back into a match? Will he be able to beat Peter Bolton and not be distracted by Blake Austin after all this? Or will the Ace find a way to win as well at Final Countdown? So much revolving around King Sam right now. It's a lot of pressure to deal with, but we'll have to see how he does. That's going to wrap up tonight's show. I hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.